What's up, everybody, and welcome once again to Tale of the Tape, brought to you by Gym Bag Entertainment. It's the show about combat sports by guys who love combat sports. As always, it's your host, Craig, here with my co-host.
Your matador of media and special for the holidays, your Santa Claus of submissions. We're not going to be here, so, why not? Throw that in.
Let's pre-warn you.
Clarify for that.
Let's pre-warn you that this will be the last show for 2 weeks. We're going to miss our pre-Christmas show and our pre-New Year's Eve show. Due to those holidays, the studio will be closed, and they ain't letting us mofos in to record. So we got to do a little holiday special for y'all. We're doing an hour and a half special this week.
Effectively, our last show of the decade.
Oh, this is a valid point.
And of this year.
End of the year. Final episode of the year. So hopefully this is a good one. Hopefully you guys love it and watch, like, share, and subscribe.
For the pressure. So, let's go.
I mean, you put on the pressure. I wasn't even thinking about the last year, and you just want to go ahead and throw it at me like that. Love that button.
Don't overuse it.
I'm gonna abuse the button, man. Okay. I'm gonna abuse it. All right. So we had an incredible pay-per-view this past week. UFC 245, Usman versus Covington. That was Saturday, December 14th at 10 p.m. And that was at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. And this fight from this card from the very beginning was sparking off fireworks. So let's just kick off into it. I'm not gonna front. I did not see the first two fights.
Oh, you didn't see the early prelims?
I saw the early prelims, but I actually missed the very first two.
It was the long early prelim. Yeah,
it was a long early
first two. I mean, it started great.
Did it? So.
Punahele. Oh, you do the names here, my friend.
In the middleweight division. I know you're trying to just cut me off for my job, man. Next week it's just gonna be only one camera shot. It's gonna be just Mike by himself. In the middleweight division, Punahele Soriano, 6-0, going up against the 11-2-1 Oscar Pichota.
Yeah, Piacota.
Peyote.
Yeah, they pronounce it all kinds of ways. The male Wiener Jabber, whatever you say on her name, with the crazy eyes.
Oh, he got the crazy eyes?
Yeah, you gotta see the picture of him. But quick fight here.
Oh, yeah?
Big power by Punahele Soriano. I thought he would wrestle from the Contender Series, but a minute in, he starts landing big shots, and you realize, wow, big power difference. He drops him, takes his back. Piacota fights it off, gets up. Punahele's going for the takedown. Oscar fights it off with the Kimura block. They end up separating. And I think it was 2 or 3 punches later, a straight left, and real natural power.
Yeah.
I mean, had his eyes looking into the third dimension.
Man, I'm sorry I missed that one.
He falls KO, not a TKO. Walk-off KO over one straight left hand, like a straight punch, too. Oh, devastating.
I love walk-off KOs, man. Those are better than, the TKO. It's okay because,
but one hit, one shot,
Beautiful.
Great debut for Soriano. 3 minutes and 17 seconds in the first round.
Awesome.
KO.
All right, we have the women's featherweight division.
Flyweight.
Division. This is flyweight?
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Yes, right?
Yeah. Jessica Ai, 14-7, won no contest. Faces the 8-1 Vivian Arroyo.
Arroyo. I think it was DC called her Araujo a couple times.
Yeah,
they're not doing too great on names lately.
Oh, they cragging it up.
Yeah, and then they're correcting themselves later, or they'll say one fighter's name a certain way for a couple weeks, and then they change it, like Rosenstruck to Rosenstrike.
Yeah, man, they do that a lot.
And then we're like, what is going on? Like in this,
there was a fighter in this card, I think.
They've been calling Jan for months, and now it's Piotr.
Yeah, Piotr. Thank you. I was like, what? I thought it was Pelter Jan.
Anyways, this was an interesting fight. Jessica Ai with the failure to make weight after talking all kinds of mess like last year about Sijara Eubanks for failing to miss weight by a pound.
Jessica I was talking trash about Sajara?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because she failed by a pound, and Jessica failed by a good 4 pounds. And it was a funny video that I watched because Jessica I had made a big thing about it when Sajara had missed weight by a pound, and then she does the same. So,
and even worse.
Yeah.
Did she have anything to say for herself?
No, not really. They tend to just, I apologize, I got no excuse, and then, they move on to the next thing.
She should apologize to Eubanks.
Yeah, absolutely. But she gets a decision win here. Let's break it down. Round 1 was Vivian Arroyo's round, actually. Very fast hands by her. Got a good takedown, a little bit of top control. Good defense on the ground by Jessica I, though. She's
a veteran.
She was keeping her leg positioned in between her and not really letting her get any kind of guard pass or even into the full guard. She couldn't really get much ground and pound. I had some decent kicks, a little bit aggressive. Second round, inside leg kick starts working for Jessica I like crazy. She got, you notice again, like in the first fight, she got significant power over Vivian Arroyo. She starts getting she lands a decent straight right hand that definitely stumbled her a little bit and controlled most of the round. But at one point, it was a strong double leg takedown for Vivian that I was pretty impressed by. And going in the third round, just good boxing from Jessica I. She stopped at 3 takedowns from Arroyo in this round. Arroyo definitely getting gassed. Maybe a little bit of an eye poke at one point, but Mark Goddard didn't stop it. Arroyo kind of moved away and tried to tell him, like, she poked me, but he didn't see it, so he said, no, keep fighting, And Jessica I kind of pours it on there, honestly. Lands some good body work in that round. She definitely did more and gets a 29-28 unanimous decision here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So
I think they gave Arroyo the first round.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, from based on what you said,
the faster hands and the takedown for sure. But then I controlled her being the stronger fighter.
But, she has to give up half that purse.
Yeah, 30% anyways.
Oh, is it 30%?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And she's definitely not getting a fight of the night bonus.
No,
probably, right?
because no, I don't think so. They didn't get performance.
Yeah, because there was a lot of really good fights.
There was too many good ones. Yeah.
Which leads me to the next fight in the flyweight division, men's flyweight division. Brandon Moreno, 15-5-1, going up against the 20-7 1-0 contest. The fight we've been waiting to see, Kai Kara France. This fight was super good.
So this is where you started catching him?
To be honest with you, even with this fight, I caught the final round. I caught the third round. I didn't get to see the first 2. I intended on watching all 3 fights, but I didn't get the chance to do it.
First round was back and forth. Kai Kara France, definitely his best round. His right hand was going for him. The leg kicks were effective. Brandon Moreno was landing some decent 1s and 2s, but he was trying to find the range, You could tell he was really, needing some time to set it up. Round 2 comes out, and he's finding that range, though.
Okay.
He's putting in the body work. That left kick for him, that step in left high kick at the end, after the right hand, he would throw a 1-2 and then the left high kick. Kai Kara France would block it over and over, but how much damage they were saying, like how much did that build up on his arms? It was a real hard kick the whole time. Good jab by Brandon Moreno. He takes that round for sure. Round 3. I like the way Moreno was landing that uppercut when Kai would come in on him. And Kai never stopped. He was better than he was in round 2 here in round 3. But the pressure from Moreno in round 3, he knew he had him. He had his range. Started picking him apart, honestly.
That's what I saw. I saw that you could tell by the look of both men by the time I had watched it that they had gone through a war.
Oh yeah,
you could tell
absolutely.
that they had given each other their all. And in that final round, when I started watching, I saw Brandon Moreno's pressure and
his taunting.
Yeah. Everything just started to pick up for Brandon Moreno. Moreno
he's
in the third
flexing
round.
on him, telling him to come on and get me. And Kai tried a little bit, but he was too beat up by that time. I think it was hard to punch in the third, and I think that was from blocking all those high kicks.
I mean, at the end of the day, just because you block something doesn't mean you didn't get hit. You got hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not like your forearm is like somehow significantly stronger than your head.
Absolutely.
It's damage taken.
And he probably felt a lot of those in his head too, because he blocked it against the head.
And because even Richard Franklin blocked a head kick, broke his wrist.
Oh, plenty of people. Absolutely. Yeah. But he gets unanimous decision here, 29-28 twice, and 30-27 from one of the judges. So even one of them gave him the first round.
Even one of them still thought
so
he won.
It was still pretty close. Yeah. In the first round.
I mean, I'm actually disappointed in myself not having seen this fight being one of the fights from the BMF card that I called out and that I really wanted to see. So when I go home tonight, I'm going to put it on.
Very impressed with Brandon Moreno. I would have thought he had, the huge grappling advantage. Never once did he press to try to create a grappling exchange. Not one bit.
Yeah, felt like he had it on the feet.
Even after Kai was landing pretty good in the first round. Very impressive.
Awesome. All right, and then the main event of the featherweight division
in the early prelim.
Early prelim of the main event, Chase Hooper 6-0-1 going up against the 7-3 Daniel Tamer, and another correction, the exact same correction as last time. I keep thinking that Daniel Tamer is his brother.
Yes.
Because in his profile picture, I think they're using his brother's picture.
Are they?
I'm pretty sure because it's David Tamer is because I remember you saying that you thought that the other brother was the better fighter, and I'm like, no. But yes, because
David Tamer is the better fighter.
David Tamer is the better fighter.
Yes.
He is the one that I like. He is the one that's from the Ultimate Fighter. And I'm so mad because if I had known that it was Daniel Tamer, not David Tamer, I would have chosen Chase Hooper. But I chose Daniel Tamer thinking I was choosing David.
Here's I don't know how correct I was so far. I think I picked Jessica Ai and Poon Haley's. I picked Poon Haley's on his debut.
I picked Poon Haley, but I picked Vivian and I picked Kai.
That's right. And I believe I picked Kai as well.
Yeah.
So we got that wrong. And we both picked Daniel Tamer on this.
But I
thought Daniel Tamer, because he does have big, heavy hands, I thought he could catch Chase Hooper with that crazy, lack of striking defense that Chase Hooper has. But
he didn't even get an opportunity.
No. He did catch him once, He
stumbled him back.
Had him stumbled a little bit, catches him in an anaconda choke, locks him up pretty good. And Chase Hooper trying to flip off the fence, that was pretty funny.
That was nice, man. It was creative.
Yeah, he ends up pulling guard, after they separate, which was fine. He gumbied his way to his back. There's no other way to describe it. He just crawled around his back and then just jumped on his back.
It was very unorthodox.
And then Tamer stands up, Chase just drags him back down, rear naked choke attempt, and gets it fairly deep. Tamer gets out, which was pretty impressive.
That was super impressive.
I thought he had his neck tight, and he held on, for a while because he was like, oh man, I'm gonna let this kid from the library tap me out. I don't know what's gonna go. What's happening?
Am I gonna get beat by a little kid?
He looks like a little boy. I love it. And, and ends up turning into a mounted triangle.
Oh my God!
The kid's limbs are so long and wiry, and his flexibility is great because of his age, and slaps that triangle around, goes over the mount, starts pounding him. Landing elbows, landing punches. And the ref had to stop it.
The elbows he was landing were so two of them flush on the eye. Yeah, you can't. There's no way to defend yourself in that position. And the fact that he was able to get into that position with what seemed like with ease.
Yes. He was moving all over him on the ground any way he wanted. And
This kid is impressive.
What a great fight. 4 minutes and 34 seconds into the first round, TKO.
I do honestly believe, though, that I think he's gonna be in trouble when the moment comes that he faces like some people with some real grappling.
Yeah, and even a strong wrestler, not necessarily somebody who has to match his jiu-jitsu level.
Correct.
But yeah, because his takedowns weren't fantastic, and that striking ability is zero.
Absolutely.
And striking defense, like. Ugh.
Yeah, it was great. Because even if like all those strikes, the way they were landing, had he not had him in a triangle, he wouldn't have put him down.
But the kid can take some damage.
Yeah, he can take a hit.
Yeah, and I seen his Contender Series fight, and he took a bunch of shots on that.
Oh, really?
Too, but then gets a submission. I mean,
wow! Don't
let him get his hands on you.
Exactly. You can't let him touch you. All right, now into the prelim. Starting off with a really excellent fight. Matt Brown, 21-16, going up against the 22-12-2 Ben Saunders.
Yeah, it was an all right fight. It was good to see Matt Brown back.
Yeah, to return. Return to form.
The round one, though, he kind of was just surviving. He gets the takedown, but then ends up in the triangle of Ben Saunders.
Yeah.
And then it was like that for almost the whole round, like in that triangle position.
Trying to avoid getting submitted.
Him trying not to be submitted. Great job not being submitted. A little held back a little in the striking, I think, in the first round. In the second round, he gets a takedown. Matt Brown, no action, on the ground, and they end up standing him up.
You know what? I don't know how you feel about, but like even though I don't necessarily always like it, I do like that the refs are being a little bit less tolerant of the lay and pray.
Yeah, as long as it's a true lay and pray. I mean, if somebody's not advancing at all, there's
moments where it's wrong, but
I think it's from both fighters too. When you got a fighter who's doing absolutely nothing on the bottom, just holding, and the person on top is fine with that, then you got to stand. You got to stand him up. Absolutely, I agree with that. Stands him up. Matt Brown catches a kick from Ben Saunders and then just goes to work, explodes on the ground, with some crazy ground and pound, and puts a beating on Ben Saunders from there.
It was pretty vicious.
And I didn't catch the minute, but round 2 TKO for Matt Brown, And
I remember the knockout. I just can't remember the flurry of punches.
Yeah, I can't remember the actual finish, honestly. But
I know that he was
just because he was just going to work on the ground.
He put it down on him.
Yeah,
he was not ready for that one. All right, in the middleweight division, Ian Heinisch 13-2 going up against the 19-4-1 Amari Akhmedov.
This is the least of the night fight for sure.
Least of the night, you think so?
Yeah, on this pay-per-view. I mean, this card is way too good to have these guys, have their fight on it. This should have been on a fight
on a fight night card.
Yeah, I mean, you got people like Chase Hooper in the in the early prelim. I feel stuff like that.
I feel like it's what surprises me is that the Kai Kara France Brandon Moreno fight wasn't in the prelim over that Ian Heinisch fight.
Jessica Ai and Viviana ranked also super high, and Jessica Ai just fought for a title the last fight. Ian Heinisch, I don't know. I really liked him when he first came out. I thought he was really good. He was a real top prospect, good all around fighter with a wrestling base, but he just keeps stacking up losses now.
Is this the third loss in a row, or is it?
I think it is the third. I think it is third. Akhmedov was a little better in the striking. He was 2 out of 4 for takedowns, and Heinisch had 3 takedowns of his own, but I think he was so lackluster on the boxing that they just, now
that I'm thinking about it, it was a pretty boring.
It was slow, a grinding clinch fight, and Heinisch couldn't handle Akhmedov just laying on him in the clinch, against the fence. gets a grinding decision. Yeah, least of the night. On to the next.
On to the next one. Pretty awesome fight here. Ketlin Vieira 10-0 going up against the 11-5 Irene Aldana. And I feel like I have to apologize to Irene Aldana because I think I just forgot who she was.
Oh yeah, she was great in this.
Because when she walked down, I was like, oh wait, that's Irene Aldana.
Yeah,
Irene Aldana is a beast.
That last fight that we seen with her, she was super long and
who did she fight?
She fought Vanessa Mello, which it was her debut.
Yeah, and she just put it on her.
Yeah, it was incredible. This fight again, and gets herself the early stoppage now. Finally, the round 1 KO
with the huge hook.
No TKO.
Yes,
a true KO, which we don't often see.
In the women's division.
Well, it's the bantamweight division, so we have seen that. Yeah, Ketlin Vieira with a decent fight. I mean, they were striking. They both had 70 significant strikes thrown in this first round.
Wow.
Both of them landing, Ketlin Vieira lands 20 significant strikes in this first round. Irene Aldana with 26 significant strikes.
Oh, wow.
So they were mixing it up.
Neck.
They were mixing it up. It was an entertaining fight. Honestly, I wish we got more. Because I think Aldana gets even better, like as you go on, but she didn't have to. 4 minutes 51 seconds into the first round, she lands that picture perfect walk in left hook.
Oh man, and just flush.
Put the lights out.
Yeah, that was like that was probably one of the most beautiful landed punches in the women's division, and maybe in a lot of fights we've seen. Like it just landed so perfectly and put her right to bed. I mean, to be undefeated and get knocked out like that, man, it's a tough one to take.
Yeah, and I think Aldana's on her way up to maybe being the next bantamweight contender.
I don't know how she's not, because if you're paying attention, I don't want to jump into the fight, but what she was doing in that fight is exactly what needs to happen if she gets that title fight.
Yeah, I mean, because it's the same thing that was successful. We will see later on.
Exactly.
Right.
And
absolutely.
I think that
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, and I think her defense is a lot better.
I think it might be, especially the ground too. I think her grappling is much more accomplished. That's a scary thought.
Oof.
Wow.
That she could be the one.
But yeah, first round KO for Irene Aldana. Great performance.
I can't. Even if it's not for a title, I can't wait to see her fight again.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe even the winner of the Raquel Pennington and Holly Holmes fight.
I like that. I like that.
All right, another awesome fight. Jeff Neal, 12-2, welterweight, going up against the 13-5 Mike Perry.
My boy Mike Perry can't catch a break.
No,
man.
he can't, man. I think such a good fighter.
He really is. I think he has too much fun. Like he's having too much fun as a UFC competitor. It's not a job to him.
Yeah,
like he loves every second of it, And I know he works hard because I know he wants to be in the gym. I know he wants to improve in all of that. But he might lack that focus because of how much fun. How much he enjoys what he does.
I get what you're saying. I felt that. To be honest with you, I felt that same way about Amanda Nunes in this past fight.
I feel like the most successful people are like sadistic fanatics, like they're workaholic type people. They're not having fun.
No,
they need to be the best, or something will feel wrong in their life. Like
Thug Rose.
That's you know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff. That makes the best people.
I
the
have
best
to
champions.
Agree. I have to agree with you. Yeah. When you're having too much fun in there, like you're definitely you're not as focused as you need to be. You're just out there to have a good time.
And Mike Perry's, like you say, is a great fighter, and he said it in the lead after this fight that he never set up anything. He never got his offense going. He's seen things that he remembers seeing later on, but he never did anything about it. Like, he just kind of was waiting to see what Jeff did, and you can't do that with Jeff Neal.
With Jeff Neal, man. This dude is so nice with it, man.
1 minute and 30 seconds. and Jeff Neal lands 15 out of 23 significant strikes in a minute and 30 seconds.
Damn, 75%.
He lands 15 hard bombs, you know.
Just puts him away.
Body kicks, ugh. The body kicks,
I feel like everything he landed was brutal.
Yeah, and he lands that vicious left high kick and finishes with punches, you know.
Was Jeff Neal a football player?
I don't know.
Wasn't he some type of athlete before?
He looks like a long-time athlete from his build. You know, he looks like a lifetime athlete.
I'm gonna have to look into that. I thought he did something before UFC besides fighting, but
you know, Mike Perry with great class though. Everybody who fights him loves him. Like they're taking pictures after the fight in the back. You know, like he's top notch. And but he said he learned a little something from this fight, Mike Perry, that he's like either take it serious or don't do it.
Oh, don't do it at all. Right. Yeah.
He just got married. He's loving his life, you know, like, do you need to do it? Or do you need to, you know?
Interesting. Well, we'll see.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And
I'd like to know who Jeff Neal fights next.
Yeah, and if Mike Perry comes back, you know, we need to see a win from him. But Jeff Neal, man, he's skyrocketing.
Yeah, he needs a real good fight next. You know, man, I can't even think of anybody I'd like to. I mean,
welterweight division. You could name.
I mean, do you name someone like Wonderboy? Do you put Leon Edwards in there or Rafael dos Anjos?
Like
you know, Rafael dos Anjos got a fight coming up. Maybe the winner of that fight goes up against Jeff Neal.
Right? Who's? Yeah, I got that written.
Man,
Dos Anjos is fighting Michael Chiesa.
So the winner of that fight, maybe that person goes up against Jeff Neal.
Right.
That'd be dope.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
Mm-hmm. And that was actually the main event of the prelim. It was weird to have a 4-fight and a 4-fight prelim, early prelims 4, regular prelim 4.
I liked it though. It was a lot of fights, a lot of action. Yeah, it definitely did not disappoint. But to start the main event, I feel like they started it off right. Pelter Jan. I'm sticking with Pelter. I don't care what they call him. I don't like Piotr.
I don't like Piotr. It sounds weird.
Yeah.
Sounds like something you take to poop.
Piotr? No, that's like no.
All right, Pelter Jan, 13-1, going up against the 35-10 California kid Uriah Faber. What'd you think about this one?
This is a cool fight, and it showed me a lot about Pelter Jan that I liked. Uriah Faber too. I mean, same as always. He's gotten better over the years for sure, but he could never really find a calm harmony for striking. You know, he's like super jumpy.
Yes. Very jumpy.
You know, he reacts super big. Like you know, Pelter Jan used the whole first round to be calm and to feint and, you know, to see what Uriah would do, and he was getting huge reactions out of him, and you know, didn't really even throw all that much in the first round, but you know, everything he threw, he starts landing. Mm-hmm. Second round, and they clinched a little in the first round, and I think Pelter was definitely trying to see, you know, how strong how Uriah would be if the takedowns would be a problem. And then the second round, I bet his corner was like, "What are you doing? Stop playing around," you know.
Put him away.
And you know, he smartly comes out and just starts putting hands on him. Like, you could tell that it was like he did his homework in the first round and then was ready for the test in the second round.
Exactly.
He just started laying hands on him.
He let the nerves of the legend shake off, and then he was just like, all right, now it's time.
He felt this strength and was like, oh, there's no problem. This is actually just a 40-year-old man I'm fighting. Mm-hmm. Okay. With rudimentary striking to boot, you know?
You know what? Yeah, I think that it's not about Uriah Faber's training. It's just that
he was in condition.
Yeah, he's just no longer at that level. I think that his abilities have peaked.
And people made too much out of his, you know, flash victory over Ricky Simone, who wasn't as highly touted as people thought he was.
And at the end of the day, getting caught don't mean that you're, you know, catching someone doesn't necessarily mean you're better than them. It just means that you caught him.
Yeah. So Jan fighting smart, putting hands on him, hits him with a 1-2-3 combo, drops him on his butt up against the fence. You know, then Uriah fights his way up.
Yeah.
It's super tough. Takes a lot of damage in this fight.
A lot of damage.
They push back to the center, clinching. Jan separates with a big elbow, drops him with it. Uriah trying to survive. And Jan ends up getting 2 takedowns in the scrambles, with them it's a lot of points adding up,
Yeah, man.
So that second round was big. Uriah had no range at all. That huge cut when they were on the ground, that as soon as it formed, the ref stopped it. Like, whoa, we got to look at that.
Yeah, I know. To me, that was weird.
A little bit, because the cut was, bleeding clearly away from his face.
Yeah.
They bring the doctor in. The doctor looks at it, and he's like, okay, let him go. It looks pretty gnarly. And I was like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
And
put him back into position, too, right?
Puts him right back on the ground in that position that I liked, And Pelter Jan, sorry, I didn't like that. No Pelter. Pelter, he's swinging right for that eye,
Oh, yeah, immediately.
It was vicious treatment there. I like that. And then, he survives the round. And the third round, not long into it,
Not long at all.
they start to mix it up. And Pelter catches him. They're clinching, goes to throw that knee. But I think it was definitely starting as a knee.
Oh, yeah.
Because he has Faber locked up. You see it in the replay, but Faber pulls his head away. I think Jan just smartly turned it into the up kick,
Oof, and it was
catches him.
He was just right there, man, to throw that up kick from so close.
And I think he was ready to go out,
Yeah. He
was hurt.
I think
He was
Uriah
wearing down.
I think the mistake Uriah made is like, all right, here, listen, guy. You're a great fighter. You've been a champ. Unfortunately, you've never been a champ in the UFC, but you've been a champ before. And if you want to fight, that's great. But understand your capabilities.
Right.
You can't be going up against guys who are fighting for the title, and you can't make a run for the title. It's not for you anymore.
Yeah.
If you want to fight, be that guy who tests people.
Right. Dana White even said, "Why continue to fight?" That would be a reason to be the guy who tests people. Or if it's money, fight the fights like, the Clay Guida style fights.
Or it's just because you want to fight.
Absolutely.
You still
I can
feel
understand
young.
that too. Yeah.
You still feel strong. You want to fight. And you actually said it perfect. Clay Guida. What's the other dude who we had the great fight with?
With Diego Sanchez. Yeah, I mean, but fight those guys.
Diego
too.
Santos. Those guys.
Don't go outside of that level of competition, and don't fight guys that are in their late 20s that are beasts that are gonna put unnecessary damage on you when you got children at home.
Even like legend fights, where you go up against a veteran who you've been around as long as you. I would love to see a Faber Jose Aldo fight.
Yeah, why not?
I would love to see that.
That's the rematch of them in the WEC.
Exactly.
Or Faber Cub Swanson.
Boom. Another fight I'd like to see, but I don't want to see Faber fighting these guys that just are out of his wheelhouse.
Because we don't want to see him hurt.
Yeah,
we like him. He's always been a good guy to follow.
Was this his first knockout?
It might have been his first KO loss.
Yeah, because I can't remember ever seeing him. I always see him losing decisions, and it's always in championship fights.
I do believe this was maybe his first stoppage loss.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Pelter Jan a threat. For this bantamweight title in this division. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Congratulations to Pelter Jan.
Hell yeah. I think he should fight Aljamain Sterling here.
Oh, wow.
Now I think that Pelter Jan.
That'd be a perfect matchup right there. I like that. Okay, let's move on with that one. And then another bantamweight fight. Marlon Moraes, 22-6-1, going up against the 28-5 Jose Aldo.
Highly disputed fight. All over the internet, people are mad.
Yeah.
It's most people is saying, this is Aldo's win, that he's robbed.
What did you think?
I don't know. Let's break it down because I personally, I understand why they went with Marlon, and I can agree that he can get the win here. That's okay. I mean, it's a split decision, but I really only see the the second round being for Jose Aldo.
That was my thinking as well.
And it's still close though, and it's only close because Marlon allowed the pressure in the second round from Aldo. But back to the first round here. Let's great start by Moraes. You know, he always comes out with some heavy kicks, heavy power right off the start. Throws a left switch kick, catches Aldo at the top of the head.
I know,
wobbles
so fast.
You know, for this, even for the strong start, he only lands 12 significant strikes, and Aldo lands 12 significant strikes as well, though.
Ooh. Aldo was the aggressor, though. Right?
Aldo landed some counter punches, and Moraes gets a takedown, though, there in the first round. Doesn't add up to much. Aldo gets back to his feet. Round two, Aldo's way better. You know, starts putting in some body work, starts putting under pressure. That was definitely his pressure round. But like I said, Marlon really allowed it. You know, he lands 21 significant strikes, though, in that round. Marlon did.
And Aldo
with 29.
Wow.
And I would give him the pressure for sure, so I got to give the round two a 10-9 round for Jose Aldo.
Okay.
Absolutely. You know, but everybody's saying that Aldo ran away with it from there, and I think that's crazy. In round three, he's advancing, but he was like drawing him in to try to get him to exchange, but Marlon was obliging him and landing better and crisper.
Okay, that's what I was seeing.
But I think that, you know, people are whining because Jose seemed to be the one that was, you know, engaging. He was the one that was, you know, starting the exchange.
Correct.
But Marlon was winning the exchange.
Yeah, he was landing better. That's what. In the third round, that's what I got. I got that Marlon was landing better, and then especially towards the end of the round, I thought that he was even more.
The end of the round, and he comes away with 26 significant strikes in the third round to Jose Aldo's 16. You know. So overall, it's 59 significant strikes out of 137 that he throws, Marlon Moraes, and Aldo lands actually 63 significant strikes, but out of 152, so his percentage is less. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
And he only lands 58 significant. My bad. So 63 total. Moraes actually lands 90 total strikes out of 137.
Yeah.
So the significant strikes, Moraes has one more, and then he's got almost 30 more
strikes
in general.
Wow.
So, you know, again, another, you know, one that's close, but I think there's a good decision here.
I agree with you.
Plus, he got the takedown in the first round.
I like that it went to a split decision, but I definitely think that Moraes won that fight. I had no problem with that decision. You know, I love Jose Aldo.
Jose Aldo thinks he won every round.
Really?
Yeah, and I think that's crazy.
That you got to be crazy to think that you won every. I mean, go back and watch the video, man, because I don't agree with that at all. But good win for Marlon Moraes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wanted it to be a little bit more dominant. But I think that just goes to show that, you know, Aldo really is here in this bantamweight division, and he can fight here. He was ready. He made the weight cut somehow.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to look crazier than he did, but, you know.
Yeah, no, it was good weight cut for him. He said it was easy.
And he fought well.
He did.
You know?
It didn't look like it affected him at all. I thought we saw a good Jose Aldo out there, but just a better Marlon Moraes.
Absolutely. I think Marlon was just a little better. And, you know, gets a good decision here. And where does he go in the bantamweight division? I mean,
Moraes?
Yeah, I mean, he's still the top contender.
Yeah, he is the top contender. You know what I would like is, I like what you said, Pelter Yan, Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah.
Winner, Marlon Moraes for the #1 contender.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, is there even a bantamweight title fight even scheduled? Is there one even in the works?
Is there really a bantamweight champion right now?
This is correct.
Or is there just like a Barbie doll sitting on the top? Like, I don't know. Is he gonna fight anybody?
Worst champion in the UFC. Worst champion we've ever had.
I don't know.
Most so boring. no excitement for his fights, and he won't even let a fight be scheduled.
No, and he's not even fighting. Yeah, that's terrible.
So it's stupid.
We need one of these guys. You know what I mean? To be holding that
fight,
belt. These young and incredible guys. I don't even care if it's Pelter-Yan. I don't even care if I can't understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
I'd love to just follow him as the champion. Absolutely.
I agree 100%. All right, now it's time for where it gets real. It gets real. We got 3 title fights in a row. And unfortunately, we start off with one of the best champions, if not the best champion.
Said it last week. You know, Nunes is billed too low on this card.
Way too low.
From her accomplishments in mixed martial arts in general, it doesn't matter, female, male.
Not at all.
And here she is, not even in the co-main event.
She's such a true champion.
Yeah.
And she's
it's a card of champions.
Yeah.
But you're saying that these other champions are bigger draws than she is. That doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't. Like, I love Max Holloway.
Absolutely.
And Kamaru Usman has proved, in some ways,
he's grown on me. Absolutely. But it was his first title defense.
Exactly.
I don't know. I can understand how his fight outsells Amanda, and that goes to.
And
the
it's
main
not because
event,
of him.
but
it's not even because of him.
Right.
Amanda Nunes sells her fights because of how awesome she is, and by dropping her so low, you're really making a statement about how you feel about her.
Yeah, and the Usman Covington fight, I think draws in just as well if it's co-main event.
Yep.
You know
exactly.
What I mean? That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense at all. So Amanda Nunes, champion, 18-4, defends her belt against the 9-3 Jermaine D. Ramadani, and this fight was eye-opening. This fight was pretty awesome. Let's talk about it.
I love how you call her Ramadani. I'm just gonna go with that.
Randami, my bad.
Durandami.
Durandami. Whatever.
There we go.
We'll double it up.
This was incredible, honestly. Amanda Nunes showed that she can be beat standing.
Mm-hmm.
Jermaine, even from early pressure, Jermaine had her in trouble right off the bat. Putting strikes on her.
When you have crisp, true boxing.
What is happening? We're talking about one of the best Muay Thai strikers ever. So Amanda immediately from the striking pressure has to take her down, but her takedowns were great.
How perfect and amazing! Like her takedowns
perfect
looked
level
effortless.
Changes to double legs. Takedowns.
I felt like even though as perfect as her takedowns were, I think that said a lot about how little takedown defense Jermaine has.
And worse than that, Jermaine was lacking a knowledge on how to even try to stand up.
Yeah.
Once being on the ground on her back.
Mm-hmm.
I was so upset with that. She had no sweeps to try to stand up. Amanda just held her down.
Yeah, and the only thing Jermaine had that to get herself stood up was to hold Amanda.
Yeah, which only helped her in her advantage twice. She only got 2 stand-ups out of it, which showed how active the champ was. It's a grueling fight.
It was bad.
But to give you an idea of some of the top control, like round 1, Amanda Nunes with 2 minutes and 53 seconds of top control.
Wow.
She gets a guillotine attempt at one point. Jermaine gets up at one point. Amanda takes her down again. She stacks her in the half guard, standing over her, with the one leg up.
Yep.
We had the one knee up.
And that shows you how bad Jermaine's ground game is. Like when you can be on top of someone with one leg up, that means
she's just stacking her and ground and pounding her. The arm triangle, she was a little threatening from Amanda, but Amanda was up on that knee still when she was engaging the arm triangle. She needed to flatten herself out. If she laid flat on her belly and turned her body away from Jermaine, she would have tapped her out right there because she had it sunk deep. Jermaine just was surviving.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was definitely there was one moment in the fight. and this is what I wanted to bring up because how you said it earlier about Mike Perry is almost all of the fight. Amanda Nunes, you could tell how much she loves fighting because she's just got a smile on her face, and it's not a cocky. I'm not afraid of you smile. Right. It's a oh my God, I'm getting paid to do this.
We're serious, right?
And
in front of all these people.
Yeah, in front of all these people, just to prove that I'm the baddest person, not baddest woman, baddest person in the world. And Jermaine was running her down, and she's backing up. She got this grin on her face, and Jermaine's throwing some punches, but she's just backing out of the way of these punches. And then Jermaine just comes up with this knee, and she catches Amanda Nunes on the chin, and the smile immediately goes
smile
away.
Just thinned out real quick, like whoa, wait a minute,
that hurt.
And then towards later, 4 rounds, 5 rounds, you see that she's smiling a lot less because Amanda got exhausted, but she had to put in such volume of work. Jermaine didn't go away easy.
No.
Let's talk about the second round.
Yeah,
because this is Jermaine's round.
Oh, I agree.
She showed if there's a formula. Okay, to beat the lioness, who is the queen of the jungle for sure.
At 100%.
She is the queen of this women's MMA jungle. And in order to beat the lioness, Jermaine showed you the blueprint, but you must add this takedown defense to it.
Oh man, if you got takedown defense, and you can, if Jermaine had takedown defense, this could have gone another way.
Oh, second round. Okay. She's got the jab starting to go for her. She comes out super aggressive, Jermaine. Amanda throws that calf kick. She had been throwing it since early in the first round too. Jermaine, being the striker she is, waits for it in the second round, gets hit with the calf kick and lands a straight right hand counter off it. And that was the first time that I seen Amanda Nunes worried after taking a punch to the face. She said, "Oh shit, I'm in trouble. This is trouble."
Yeah,
she could have been knocked out in that flurry. She lands the question mark kick pretty hard. Jermaine got the crowd riled up because it was fancy. And lands it right to the face. This is the round where she holds on for the stand up after the takedown from Amanda.
Was it the second round or the third round where Nunes got rocked by the up kick?
That's the third round.
Oh, that was the third round? Oh, sorry.
The Muay Thai, though, in the second round from Jermaine, when they're clinched against the fence and she's framing her, she got one underhook around, but she's grabbing the face over and then framing her head on this side while Amanda's trying to unhook her. That's a way to separate your opponent from your body so you can land knees to the body and the face. And she started cracking her. And as good as any Thai clinch I've ever seen, she's that was her round. That was 10-9 Jermaine for sure.
Absolutely.
Even though Amanda got another takedown after that and spent 2 minutes in top control.
Oh, really?
Overall, for the round, she got 2 minutes of top control, but the ref did end up standing her up. She was tired.
Yeah, she was.
Jermaine worked her, too. She was hurt. Round 3 comes out, and, they're screaming at Jermaine in the corner like, you got to stop her. You got to sprawl. Don't let her take you down. She's going to change levels and shoot the double leg on you at all costs.
At all costs.
She does not want to strike. And they're gassing her up. She does not want to strike with you. You have this. And unfortunately, that double was too much. She sprawled real hard. And you know what? To her defense, she had her for a second. But Amanda, with some real top-notch wrestling, pushed through and hooked the leg with her own leg, and pushed through, gets the outside trip, takes her down.
Amanda Nunes' ability to take down Jermaine was remarkable. I didn't even know. I knew that she had strong. I knew she had strong wrestling in.
I believe. I didn't write it down, right? But she has a black belt jiu-jitsu. Amanda.
So I knew she had that, but you've never really seen her utilize it
because she likes to knock people out.
Yeah,
but she knows she can't. She's smart as a champion. She's smart enough to know I can't stand and just try to knock Jermaine out. She's gonna snipe me. She's gonna pick me apart. She's going to put these shots in a precision place. And That's what she did in the second round, and Amanda said no in the third round. She said, I need to hold you down again. 4 minutes top control for the third round.
Wow.
She's got her stacked against the fence in the half guard. You know, she stands up on her and pushes Jermaine's legs down. And Jermaine lands an up kick that looked like Nunes. I thought she was asleep for a second. Until she started moving again. I thought she was knocked out.
She got rocked real good.
Yeah. I had flashes of the Nico Price and James Vick, you know. But Amanda survives. Exhausted. Coming into the 5th round, both ladies, poor Jermaine, struggling underneath her this whole fight.
Just trying to. Cheers to Jermaine for withstanding
and never
all
giving
of that.
up. To her credit, she didn't give up too many guard passes. She does have some ground skill, but what killed me, is while I'm watching it, I'm like, shift to your hip. Open your guard, push her hips with your feet, shift to your hip. Where is your half guard escape to standing up? How come you can't try this? You can't even try to stand up. You're not even Nothing. Setting it up to try to stand up.
Not a thing.
The 5th round, final round, Jermaine throws a kick to the body that was pretty good, but then Amanda catches it, sees her opportunity to put her back down, goes for the double leg. She sprawled so hard with all her might. You seen it in Jermaine's face. But again, Amanda with that beautiful outside trip, pushing through.
She's just so strong.
Smart wrestling too, and stacked her again and just just beat on her.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It was a perfect champion performance from Amanda Nunes.
Absolutely.
To just know, like you said it perfectly, is that she likes to do this one thing, and when she realized she couldn't get it, that she would be in danger trying to go for it, she just said, all right, well, this is what I got to do now. I got to utilize my other skill set.
Right,
I can't win the way I want.
I mean, I got to give Jermaine that round 2, even though she, Amanda kept it close, so that's a 10-9 round. But I mean, this is unanimous decision for Amanda across the board. Every one of them gave her 49. So
yeah, it was an amazing fight. Like, you just got to see a whole nother side of Amanda. But then it made me like Jermaine so much more, because she, every round when she was down, I thought she was done for. I'm like, oh, she's about to get put away.
Serious?
But no, she withstood all those punches.
Are we really burning through that much time that quick?
Oh yeah, we burned through all of it.
All right,
we hit it. All right, featherweight division. The champ Max Holloway, 21-4, going up against the 20-1 Alexander Volkanovski.
I'm gonna take a bow on this a little bit.
Yeah,
I did. I mean, I love Max.
Yeah,
but I told you this last week. I said, man, Volkanovski's gonna be the new champion. I had a really good feeling. I knew that he matched up well, and the man does his homework. And he came out with the perfect game plan. How many times have we seen this, where a fighter has the perfect game plan to fight a certain fighter? His movement was great. Did you see that the switches that he did with his feet inside to get outside of the range, but he stayed in the pocket?
I did not recognize that.
He would switch his feet and go to the opposite side when Max would jab, but he would stay in the pocket, slip the punch, and land 2 or 3 shot combo.
All I saw was that he was significantly outlanding Max Holloway.
It was
just beating Max Holloway at his own game.
And Max was good. This was a good fight for Max Holloway. So this level of competition is as good as it gets in the featherweight division here. This was incredible fight. For me, it's fight of the night.
This was probably one of the best title fights
for Dana White. For Dana White, they said Usman Covington is fight of the night. I can't really argue, but this is a more masterful battle here.
I think
this is higher level.
Yeah, I think he gives it to them just over the fact of the drama behind that fight. What I will say is, I think there was a little bit more drama in the fight, not just before the fight, but in the fight of the Usman Covington fight. But the Max Holloway Alexander Volkanovski fight, just, you didn't even though you called it, and I give it to you, man, because My problem, because I didn't think Max Holloway could be beat in this way.
Right.
My problem with Max Holloway is that, one, he has really good striking. He could have, I didn't feel like he was doing enough to get in and out. Yeah. He was allowing Volkanovski to come in on him.
I think Volkanovski negated his movement. I mean, I think a lot needs to be said for people who are moving around the outside of the cage, and they call the person on the center having the octagon control. But if I'm moving around the cage and you're following me in the spots that I want you to follow, and then I'm hitting you because of it and I'm outstriking you,
then you control the octagon.
Who is controlling? Right, exactly. Yeah. I'm going to put a whole article out on the Tail of the Tape MMA. People need to watch out for that, about this judging system, because I'm so sick of it. And I'm going to break down the judging system comprehensively, and put out my ideas on how the hell we need to change this, because this is crazy.
I agree with you. I mean, there's a lot of gray areas.
This one was judged correctly, I think. Yeah. The leg kicks for Volkanovski were crazy. The inside to the thigh, the outside to the calf. The great slips when Max would throw that jab, like I said, he would slip and then throw the left hook and the right hand to follow, and then a body shot sometimes to follow. Decent jab by Max in the first round. It took a while for Max to get going,
and he was limited by that leg kick. He likes to switch stances, but he was forced. He was forced this time.
26 significant strikes for Volkanovski in the first round to Max's 11. Second round, 2 combos for Max that were pretty good. The first one, lands about 2 punches. The second one was great. He landed a great combo. He had to switch stance in the last minute, though, from the brutality of the kicks.
To the point Volkanovski had to stop because he was hurting himself.
Yeah, he stayed in the pocket so well with the punches, too, on the exchanges. Outlanded Max again, 28-22. Third round was the big round for me. I feel like this is 10-8 Volkanovski. The counters and slips were as good as they were, because Max started getting more aggressive, but he was missing. And Volkanovski's landing a ton. Inside the pocket, he was perfect. Like I say, he dictated the pace and the distance moving around the cage. The leg kicks, he was landing on Max's jaw and on the tip of his chin, so Max didn't end up with a ton of face damage.
Yeah,
but Volkanovski with 40 significant strikes in that round.
Wow.
In that round, 19 for Max. In the fourth round, Max lands a good uppercut. As Volkanovski's coming in, he's got the double jab going, the right hand. He switched back to orthodox, catches a leg kick, goes right back to southpaw. But starts landing the body. He's landing the uppercut from the orthodox stance and the double jab. I'll give this to Max on pressure, but only because Volkanovski slowed down and still landed with the kicks in the pocket. Now, I'll give this on simple pressure, and Max definitely controlled the octagon on this one. But Volkanovski still outstruck him with 41 strikes to 29 significant landed in that round.
That's crazy.
Crazy. And then the last round, Max is putting the body work in, good volume, but every landed punch is answered, No,
Volkanovski had great counters in this fight.
Every time that he would hit him, the right hand would come over the top, and he'd land it with the leg kick. The leg kick, Max's legs got to be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And
now,
even in that final round, 38 significant strikes to Max's 22.
And doesn't Max have a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Yes.
You realize round 1 and 2, you're getting beat on the feet.
Right.
Why are you not trying to take this fight to the ground?
Right. I mean, the judges give Max rounds 4 and 5, but I think that's nice of them, because Volkanovski still outstruck him by over 10 strikes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's got 48-47 twice, and then 48-45 by one judge.
Wow.
So that judge agrees with me that round 3 was 10-8.
Was 10-8.
Yeah.
All right, let's not take up too much time. Let's get to this
Yeah.
welterweight fight. In the main event, the most dramatic build-up to a fight we've seen in a while. Kamaru Usman, 15-1, going up against the 15-1 Colby Covington, and this was a fight that had all the build-up that you could ask for. Good guy versus bad guy, and it went pretty awesome.
It lived up to it. Almost went the distance.
Almost.
And if things went the distance, who knows what would have happened there?
Oh man, if it went the distance, I don't know what the answer would have been.
Round one, Usman's landing the jab pretty good. Colby's landing the jab pretty good. Body kicks from Colby. The pressure, pretty good. He's got that left hook that snaps over like the top a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Usman had to settle in that round for sure. He was jumpy. He needed to settle into the pace. That's definitely for Colby, that round for me.
Okay.
Round one.
Yeah.
You know, round two, the counter right hand for Kamaru starts landing. The lead right hand, you know, throwing it before the jab, and that digging body uppercut starts landing.
That body uppercut, man. Wow.
Snapping jab from Colby starts landing some decent volume. They stopped the fight for a low kick, a low blow to Kamaru. That in the replay you see Colby kicked him in the stomach, kind of, if you ask me.
I felt like it hit him in the shorts.
It's on the waistline.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. He didn't take too long.
No, but, you know, your cup is below your waistline. It didn't touch his cup.
Okay.
So I thought,
you know what? They did say that maybe it didn't touch his cup, or maybe it touched the top of his cup, which hit. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot to hurt down there.
maybe, but I didn't see a foul.
Okay.
But that's Kamaru's round for the right hand and the body uppercut. Round three, Kamaru's starting to set the range. He's landing the counter right all the time. The right hand to the body's getting sick. The front kick to the body he starts pouring on. That, you know, that started getting vicious. That front teep kick to the body.
That was definitely tearing him up.
Definite foul here in this round by Colby Covington with the poke to the eye.
Oof, yeah.
Of Kamaru Usman. He put like a whole pinky in there. You know, when they show the replays, sometimes it's like,
it's like how can you even still keep going?
Because that was like all we seen was his glove left. You know what I mean? Like he put his whole pinky in there. Anyway,
it was gross.
So you know, they go back to it. That's Kamaru's round for sure, and they believe that that's when the big right hand that came across Colby's face that's what broke his jaw.
Yes. Oh no, you saw it broke his jaw.
Yeah. So from there on out, Colby is fighting with a broken jaw. So in the fourth round, I gotta give it to him.
Yeah, man,
because he was a beast. Kamaru started resting.
Oh, wrong button. No, I don't know.
Kamaru started resting in the fourth round. Not smart.
No.
You know, the body kick to the front kick to the body was still kind of working for him. Right hand a little bit. Colby with great strikes in that round and great heart. That's his round. For me.
I don't care what anybody says, and I don't care what Usman says himself. He got rocked in the fourth round.
He lands that left hand.
His eyes glazed over. Yeah. He looked dizzy.
I saw the stumble in the step too.
He got hurt.
Fifth round, Kamaru starts kind of patient, but you see in his face a little determination. Like
he knows what he gotta do.
Something. Yeah. I gotta at least make it, you know, clear that I win. He's loading up on the straight right. You could see that over and over.
That's the thing. I mean, Colby has that power, and he not knockout power, but he got the power to land, and he shoots wild, so he gets those punches in bunches. But Kamaru Usman's just so much more crisp.
Yeah. Neither man trying to take down. No, neither one attempted.
Not one.
The wrestling totally negated, and they boxed each other.
They came in this fight to beat each other up. They didn't want to wrestle each other. They wanted to beat each other up.
Colby's landing the left hand early in round 5, honestly, but Kamaru with the straight right is, you know,
boom.
It just he drops him once, and Colby, you see in his face like, oh no, this is happening.
Yeah,
he gets up.
I talk too much.
Like, oh no, everything's running through his head. You know it was, and you know they separate, and Kamaru hits him with another crazy straight right. drops him. He tries to shoot in the clinch. He's punching him on the back of the neck a little bit. Tries to shovel punches under, and Mark Goddard stops it. Covington says it's wicked early. It might be, but his face was brutalized.
And he got a broken jaw. I don't know. In my opinion, he was
like
done.
you had said earlier, he was dropped twice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you dropped
okay
twice. You're getting brutalized. I think that was a fair stoppage.
Yeah.
An excellent fight. Kobe Covington proved a lot in that fight, man.
Right.
He proved that he might be the second best in the division.
Yeah, as much as you hate to see him.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him fight.
He's an excellent villain. He's an excellent villain, man.
And now that makes it worth it to deal with and listen to whatever he has to say. And I will.
It's all about what he can do in the octagon, right. And that's what Dana White said.
That's what I care about.
Yeah, me too.
His performance was incredible.
I've never cared about somebody's their lifestyle and choices outside the octagon.
As long as you're not, hurting people blatantly.
Yeah. As long as you're not like an absolute criminal.
Right. If you're at home beating your wife, I care.
I care.
Stuff,
exactly.
Stuff like that. Right.
Hurting animals or whatever.
Right.
All right, let's break down some news real quick so we can get to this review.
We just spent over an hour.
We juiced this card. It was such a great card. It was
so big, though. It was crazy. Had to break it down.
All right. After this Usman victory, there's a couple fights that are on the radar. First fight that Dana White likes is obviously Usman versus Masvidal, which is a fight I would love to see. Conor McGregor posted a tweet that 145, 155, 170 ?
Which I think is crazy. The man can't. He made 170 fighting Nate Diaz, but we seen,
and now he's making 170 to fight.
We'll see what his statement is like, and that would mean he's going to stay in the welterweight division. It's interesting.
It is. It's very interesting.
Khabib says no way. You got to fight through everybody in the lightweight division to get to me again.
I don't know if I agree with everybody, but we have said before that Conor needs to fight at least one or two fights.
Yeah, I still think he's way high in the lightweight
rankings.
Yeah, whether on paper or not, for me even. He could get to the title fight with one good fight. If he was to fight an opponent let's say Justin Gaethje and win, absolutely.
Oh,
you got to fight
100%. He's already beat one of the champs. Maybe an interim champ, but he knocked out Dustin Poirier.
Right.
So that speaks highly. But I definitely think that he has to at least fight a Justin Gaethje to even be in
Dana White said it himself. If Khabib was to win against Ferguson and Conor wins against Cowboy, he likes the rematch right after that. I don't like that.
I don't like it either. No. I don't like it. 'Cause I understand it, but I don't like it.
I don't even, because you beat Cowboy. I get the rivalry, but you beat Cowboy. He's not a lightweight right now.
This is true.
Fight. This fight is welterweight.
This is true, but any title holder as dominant as Conor was when he fought, when they lose their title, instant rematch. The only reason why we kind of say, we think he needs to fight more is only because he's been gone for so long.
Right, instant rematch, but who did he defend against, the lightweight title?
He didn't. But he did get the featherweight. So actually, he hasn't defended any of his belts. Right. He got the featherweight.
And then went to lightweight to fight Eddie Alvarez. He was never defended.
No.
So that to me is not immediate rematch.
The way putting it that way, I agree with you.
But it does set him up to fight Justin Gaethje for me.
Yeah. I think Justin Gaethje is a fair fight. Even a rematch against Dustin Poirier, former champ.
Right, and if Gaethje don't like it, okay, silence him. Here's your chance to beat the hell out of Conor McGregor. It only looks good for you.
Exactly. And then on sticking with the Usman conversation is that Leon Edwards believes that because of his record and his win streak, that it should be him against Usman over Jorge Masvidal.
And Kamaru Usman agrees with it as well. I don't know.
I don't agree or disagree personally.
Right. It's hard because Because did Kamaru Usman earn his way to Tyron Woodley all the way? You know, like he was on the crazy win streak, but you don't see some of the best welterweights that we know of. You know,
he didn't face him.
Yeah, like in his win column. So it's a little weird.
You know what? I mean, Usman got some recovery time.
He does.
Why not just put the fight together, Leon Edwards and Jorge Masvidal, for the number one contender?
I absolutely like it. I mean, why wouldn't Leon Edwards be pushing for that fight?
Yeah.
Ever since Masvidal, won the BMF title, I don't know why Leon Edwards hasn't. Maybe that the 3-piece with the soda was too much in the hallway for him. But I'd be wanting to get that man in the octagon.
I would too.
If he had hit me in the hallway like that.
Damn right. Damn right.
Yeah.
A fight that both of us have been super excited for March, Francis Ngannou and Rosenstrike.
Yeah, Rosenstrike with his win over Overeem puts him at number 5 ranked heavyweight in the world, and he gets a fight with Francis Ngannou. I mean, he might be biting off more than you can chew, but what if he's not?
But yeah, exactly. What if he's not? Because I think he proved a lot in this fight against Overeem.
Absolutely, and I think hats off to Ngannou to take this fight because he has a lot more to lose. He's an established top of the line contender for the title.
And if he loses, he drops.
And he drops way down.
Yeah.
If you get beat by the newcomer,
Yeah, it's definitely a huge
and
risk.
Rosenstrike got nothing to lose.
Nothing.
It's facing Ngannou.
If he loses to Ngannou, he just has to work his way.
You still have work to do.
Yeah, you still have work to do.
You still got work to do,
he
son.
Can just,
Don't worry
he can go
about
and beat up all the up-and-comers and then run right back up the ladder.
He'll still get a good fight if he lost to Ngannou. His next fight would still be against a top name.
And Ngannou's already struggling to get fights.
Right.
To lose this fight, ooh, that's a tough one. But I would like to see it.
That's gonna be incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rory McDonald leaves Bellator to sign a multi-fight deal with the PFL.
I like it. We don't talk much about the other organizations lately, but this is good news stuff because guys need to get paid, man. And Rory McDonald chases that check, and he goes where the big money is. The PFL, you get a $1 million win bonus at the end of the season because they have the season of fighting.
Yeah.
You win the championship, you get $1 million bonus.
Wow.
He's chasing the prize money.
Yeah, he is. And he's also trying to go places where he can win. He just lost his belt. He feels like he can't win there anymore. Same thing that happened in the UFC. He moves on.
Right. And, when your win gives you $1 million.
Exactly.
And you can win.
There it is.
Give me that $1 million.
Exactly.
I get it.
And I like that. Well, the thing I like about Rory,
he's not trying to be the best in the world, Rory McDonald.
No, he's trying to be the best in the world in whatever promotion he can be the best in.
Right.
That's the thing I like about him is
he said, I'll take this title, sure.
Yeah. He's not like, oh, I want to keep trying to win in this promotion. No, I can't win in this promotion anymore. Time to move to the next one where I can win.
He wants to fight and get paid.
Yeah.
And continue to fight and be successful. Like, why do you want to be like a Mike Perry and fight and get paid but lose all the time?
No, exactly.
You gotta do something.
So we'll see what happens with that. Cody Garbrandt versus Rafael Assunção.
Yeah,
March
that looks
8th.
great, right?
I think that's going to be on the same card as Ngannou and
Cody Garbrandt come back. I'm dying to see that. Assunção still ranked, I think, like number 7 in the bantamweight division.
I liked Cody until he developed a glass jaw, man.
Yeah.
He's just getting like 2 fights in a row.
A little argument with Pelter Jan backstage. I don't know if you've seen any clips about that at the UFC 245. Yeah, Pelter said something to him. Cody got into his face and they separated him. Cody was saying like, I'll fight you after Assunção or whatever.
If he beats Assunção,
I ain't mad at that.
I'd like to see that fight.
I ain't mad at that.
That's a fun fight to see.
If we get the real Cody Garbrandt back, then
exactly,
yeah, absolutely,
exactly. Bones Jones says 2020 heavyweight division.
Yeah, I ain't mad.
I ain't mad about that at all. I've been waiting for that.
That'll be after Reyes, obviously.
Yeah.
If he wins against Reyes or if he loses. I mean,
either
who
way.
knows?
Either way, there's nothing
So
left.
maybe that's what he means. Maybe win or lose against Reyes. But I don't think if he loses to Reyes, does he just go to heavyweight?
I think no matter what happens, there's nothing left for him in the light heavyweight division. The talent in the heavyweight division is not good enough for Jones. He needs to find a new avenue, a new pack of fighters who are high up to go up against. So there's nothing left for him to do.
I just don't know that he would allow Dominic Reyes, like if he wins.
If Dominic Reyes wins, then maybe he's got to get an instant rematch. I feel like
that he would definitely see. Obviously, there you get the instant rematch.
Yeah, there's no choice in that.
Absolutely.
Has to be instant rematch. All right. Now that we only have 14 minutes left.
We've done this with less.
We've done it with, I think, like 10. UFC Fight Night, Edgar versus the Korean Zombie, Saturday, December 21st, 5 a.m.
Most of y'all don't know who these people are
exactly
in this anyway.
So you can watch it later on in the day at the Salik Arena.
Don't worry, your boy always brings you some information.
Absolutely.
On these no names.
It's in the Salik Arena in Dongdaegu, Korea.
Nice. Dongdaegu?
Dongdaegu?
Okay.
It's Dongdaegu.
Okay.
Arena. All right. Starting off in the prelims, Roni Barcelos, 14-1, going up against the 13-1 Saeed Nurmagomedov.
You did it. On the third Nurmagomedov in the UFC. Yes, that's the one.
All right, enough of that.
Saeed, I believe, is the younger brother of the one who debuted last.
That got beat with the triangle?
Yeah. Roni Barcelos, I have no idea. Jiu-jitsu fighter against wrestler.
Yeah. One loss each.
Right.
I got Saeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go with this Nurmagomedov, I think.
Absolutely. In the women's bantamweight division, Haley Alatana, 13-7-1, going up. Oh, my bad. I said that wrong. No. Men's bantamweight. Men's bantamweight. Yeah, and it's Alatina Haley.
Yeah.
13-7-1, going up against the 10-5 Ryan Benoit.
Yeah, I got Atang. It's not Atang or whatever. I thought there was a G on the end.
Maybe. You might be right.
But anyways, bloody fight of the night debut for Haley.
Yeah.
And that was July, I believe. I don't know that he got the win there. I don't remember. But Ryan Benoit with a win by KO in 2017. Hasn't fought since then.
Wow.
Although he's a KO specialist.
All right. I'm going with Benoit. All right. Nice. In the women's strawweight division, Amanda Lemos, 6-1-1, going up against the undefeated 7-0 Miranda Granger.
Yeah, Granger got a winning debut in July. She got 5 submissions. It was against Hannah Goldie. That was her last fight by first round KO. Amanda Lemos, garbage, throw in the trash, suspended 2 years by USADA, just came back.
Wow. Yeah, Miranda Granger definitely with the undefeated record.
Yeah.
In the flyweight division, Alexandre Pantoja, 21-4, going up against the 14-4, one of my personal favorite fighters, Matt Schnell.
Yeah, Matt Schnell, 4 straight wins, 8 submission wins overall. Pantoja, 5 wins and 2 losses in the UFC. Fight of the night last December to Davison Figueiredo. He lost, but
a fight of the
against
night.
Figueiredo.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
I mean? That's a pretty big deal. This is going to be fireworks, but
I got to go with Matt Schnell.
Yeah.
All right, and then in the lightweight division, Dong Hyun Ma, 16-10-3, going up against the undefeated 8-0 Omar Morales.
Morales from the Contender. He's got 2 TKOs and 4 submissions. Dong Hyun Ma losses versus Holtzman and Smith last time out. He's 3-3 in the UFC overall. I'm going with Morales.
Absolutely. That's a no-brainer.
Debut.
In the main event of the prelims, we get to see Cyril Gane again. How you have 2 back-to-back victories and you're still a prelim fighter?
Right.
Not making sense to me. 5-0, going up against 17-5-1 Tanner Boser. I feel like this is an easy
Did we
decision.
skip one? I had another fight here. Choi Sung Woo
I don't have it on here.
Suman Mokhtarian.
Don't have that fight here.
Okay.
Wait, what's his name?
Suman Mokhtarian.
I don't even have him on the card.
Okay. Maybe it got canceled.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, Cyril Gane, 2 wins in the UFC by submission.
Yep. For a knockout artist.
Tanner Boser, I feel like we've heard his name plenty of times, but fights have always been canceled. He's got 1 win versus Daniel Spitz in the UFC out of 1 fight.
Cyril Gane all the way.
Cyril Gane, yeah.
All right. To begin the main event, we have Kang Kuna.
Kyung Ho.
Kyung Ho. Kang Kyung Ho. 16-8, 1 no contest, going up against Ping Yang Liu, 13-6. Let me
Ping Yuan Liu.
Celebrate that one real quick.
Kang Kyung Ho, 5-2 in the UFC, wins versus Brandon Davis last. 2-1 for Ping Yan Liu. LKO versus Jonathan Martinez last. LKO as in lost by KO. Took the L.
He took the L. Ouch.
By KO. I'm going to go with Kang Kyung Ho.
All right, well, I'm going to split the decision. Even though he got the LKO, I'm going with Ping Yang Liu. All right, in the middleweight division, Park Jung-Yong.
Park Jung-Yong.
Park Jung-Yong. How is this even pronounced like that? This is crazy. 9-4 going up against the 11-3 Marc-André Baralt.
Marc-André Baralt. 2 losses. 2 losses in the UFC by decision. Park Jung-Yong lost in his debut by submission versus Anthony Hernandez. But I think I'm going with the Korean fighter.
I'm going to go with Marc-André in this one. I like his record a little bit better. In the light heavyweight division, Jung Da-un.
All
right, whatever.
Jung
Da-un. 11-2 going up against the 9-3 1 no contest, Mike Rodriguez.
Mike Rodriguez got a stat in every column in the UFC, 1-1-1. Well, no draw.
Oh, no draw. No contest.
Yeah. Last time he had a loss, but it was overturned. For the guy for failing for banned hormones or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the no contest.
So he lost, and then it got
overturned. The no contest. So he had lost in that no contest.
Yeah.
That's why I wrote that down.
There you go. I get it.
Submission win in his debut for Jung Da-un versus Khadis Ibragimov. That was a good fight. I remember that.
Well, I'm going to go with that guy.
Yeah.
And then in the featherweight division, Choi Doo-ho.
Choi Doo-ho. My kid was dying about that name when I was writing that down.
Choi Doo-ho.
He was like Doo-ho.
14-3 going up against the 9-2 Charles Jourdain.
Jourdain with a decision loss versus Des Green in his debut last fight. Choi Doo-ho is 3-2 in the UFC. Lost versus Jeremy Stevens last in 2018, but January of 2018.
Oh, okay.
So
it's almost been a year.
Nearly 2 years. Not like 1 year, but
nearly 2 years. Yeah.
Always injured, so that's why we haven't seen him for a while. Charles Jourdain.
Absolutely, Charles Jourdain.
I like Jourdain.
Fight I'm excited for. Light heavyweight division, Volkan Ozdemir.
Now we're at like the meat and potatoes of this meal.
Exactly. You know? Like the part of the fight that you really are excited for. The other parts of the fight could go really well.
Yeah.
But this is the part of the fight that you've really been waiting to hear about, waiting to see.
The cool part about the other fights is like you have no idea.
You have no idea what to expect. It could end up being fights of the night, or they could just be boring.
Because I said a lot of information there, but people are like, who did he fight?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Volkan Ozdemir. How do you say his name?
Ozdemir.
Oh, I did say Ozdemir.
Yeah,
16-4, going up against the 12-1 Alexander Rakic.
Yeah, this is a big fight.
Big fight.
This I like a lot. I I like Ozdemir ever since he came in the UFC. He's technically 4-3 in the UFC.
Yeah.
But he had a bad go because, like we both said before, that he got ahead of himself on his natural talent and not working hard, you know.
Exactly.
But we seen him last time against Ali Latifi, and, you know.
Put him away.
That was pretty serious. We seen a whole new Ozdemir, conserved and, you know, smart.
And he was the dude who I said it, how many shows have I said that he's the dude who knocked out the other dude, trying to be like the other dude.
Yeah, exactly. They've both hold the KO over Jimmy Manuwa.
That's
Alexander Rakic actually fought Manuwa last time and hit him with that big left high kick.
He's the one who retired him, right?
With the big left high kick, yes. And he's 4-0 in the UFC with 4 round 1 KOs.
Wow.
2 bums, and then Devin Clark and Jimmy Manuwa. So
I'm excited for this fight.
It's a big deal.
I like Volkan.
I do. And, I mean, with that patient attack last time, and Rakic definitely like an explosive, you know, crazy fighter. But that's what Volkan used to be. And, like, yeah, this is exciting.
Yeah, I got to go with Volkan.
I'm going to go with Volkan on this, too, for sure.
All right, and now the main event. Stepping in on short notice, Frankie Edgar, 23-7-1, going up against the 15-5 Korean zombie Chan Suna Juna. I know it's not how you say it.
Yeah, the Korean zombie Chan Sung Jung got
what? Are those G's?
Those are G's.
Why do I have them as A's?
I don't know why you have them as A's.
Why do I have A's up there? Terrible.
So I don't know if that was a reading or writing problem.
Maybe it's just both. I have no clue, man.
But he had a nice win against Renato Moicano with a first-round stoppage last time. Super all-around fighter, powerful, fortitude. I mean, the dude could take a shot. Except for an upward elbow.
Except for
Yair
Rodriguez. Both of them, both fighters put it to Yair Rodriguez. Only Frankie Edgar has the win.
Right, exactly. Frankie Edgar with the loss to Holloway last, but you know, can't be too mad about. I mean, can't be mad about going 5 rounds with Max Holloway.
Correct.
But you know, he was on the slide before that. You know. I don't know how much Frankie's got left. I think the Korean zombie might be a little too powerful here. I like the idea of Frankie being at bantamweight. This might be a little much here. I'm going with the Korean zombie.
Wow, you know what? I think maybe I just like Frankie Edgar too much because I want to see him win this fight.
I do too.
I want to see him win. I'm gonna put my faith in the Frankie Edgar basket.
That's nice. I like that.
So we'll see what happens with that.
I just call it like I see it.
Yeah. I know. I hear what you're saying. All right, people.
That's what they want from me, the fans.
We hope that you enjoyed
the 8 fans.
Yeah, the 8 fans out there. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode, this extended special.
Right. Our new format. With our fancy equipment.
With all this nice fancy equipment, looking all professional. We'd like to wish you a happy holiday.
Yeah,
a Merry Christmas.
Absolutely.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus for the rest of us.
And for all the rest of you out there, kick rocks because it's holiday season.
Celebrate something.
And
love somebody.
We look forward to seeing you in the new year. 2020 is going to bring all new stuff.
Right. New equipment, new season.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff going on online. You know?
So be prepared for what's to come.
Absolutely.
And until next week, as always, we'll see you in the octagon.
Peace.
Have a good night.